Hello, my name is Yoka Sabatista. I am a student in the Master Bilingual Teaching from Nebrija, and in the subject of Psycholinguistics and Interlingua, we were asked to make a presentation of one of the units. The topic that I'm going to speak is from Unit 3, Theories of Acquisition of Foreign Languages. We are going to define them. These language learning theories are divided into 4 different perspectives, such as empirist theories, rationalistic theories, and from this, it is divided into 2 categories, such as cognitive and social perspective. So to understand the theories that I'm going to speak today, we are going to define them. Which are these theories? The theories are conductism, ignitism, cognitivism, interactionism, environmental. Conductism or behaviorism. This theory originates from the works of Ivan Pavlov, the classical conditioning, and B.F. Skinner's opera conditioning. The classical conditioning is when an unconditioned stimulus and response is manipulated with a conditioned stimulus to create a conditional response, while the operant conditioning is a controlled response with a reward-punishment system according to the behavior. We feel very related with this theory because most of the teachers, we commonly use it when we teach, especially children, to give them a reward when they respond correctly. And the other theory that we have is the ignitism. Ignitism is the biological ability in all humans, according to Chomsky, that we have a predisposition to language learning thanks to our language acquisition device. Language is learned through a complex process of rule generation, hypothesis testing, and confirmation. Our ability to create infinite sentences from an infinite set of rules is giving us a primary evidence of the LAD. Cognitivism is a theory which attempts to answer how and why people learn by attributing the process to cognitive activity. This theory followed the behaviorist school of thought. The cognitive quarrel with the behaviors was that their focus on observable behavior did not account for what was going on in the mind. Another important theory is the interactionist theory from Herbert Blumer in the symbolic interactionism. This theory is based on the idea that human beings, as they interact with one another, give meanings to themselves, others, and the world around them, and use those meanings as basis for making decisions and taking action in their everyday lives. And from interaction, we go to the environment. The environmental theory by Florence Nightingale defined nursing as the act of utilizing the environment of the patient to assist him in his recovery. It involves the nurse's initiative to configure environmental settings appropriately for the gradual restoration of the patient's health and the external factors associated with the patient's surroundings affecting life or biologic and psychologic processes. This reminds me something that some people say. When it's raining, we usually turn to calm down, to lower our stress levels. So this is really important. Weather, apart from the environment, it causes these in human beings. And from the second language acquisition, Krashen refers to some learning hypotheses. He claims that 2 independent ways of developing language ability are language acquisition and language learning. Language acquisition is a subconscious process. It occurs very naturally in a non-threatening environment, while the language learning is what occurs at a school in an academic setting. It is a conscious process. When we talk about rules and grammar of language, we are usually talking about learning. The natural order hypothesis claims that we acquire parts of a language in a predictable order. From this learning process, we have different stages. The stage 1, at the beginning, babies say no. Stage 2, the verb, when they refer that they don't like it. The stage 3 is the alternate from no to don't. The stage 4 is when they introduce auxiliary as a negative particle. For example, I don't like it, she don't like it. And the stage 5 is when they finally introduce the auxiliary and the features on the third person singular, making up the structure. So as you can see, it's like baby steps. Thing is really important is that a major difference between L1 and L2 acquisition is that when we're learning a second language, the students already mastered the L1, which invariably interferes, causing so-called transfer errors. In addition to this, their life experience can help them with coping or learning strategies. This is all from me. Thank you very much.